My name is Emil Badal. Thanks for joining me on another video. In this one, I'll be talking to you about how I've dealt with rejection in the fashion industry. Now, I've had quite a long and illustrious career within fashion, thank God, and it's still going. But I just wanted to give you guys a story of something that happened to me whilst my brand was stocked in Topshop. I used to have a high street brand called Bellanina back in 2007, 2008 time. And it was a high street women's wear brand. It did really well because we had a number of stockists in the UK, Europe, and around the world. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have been to Topshop. I guess it's closed down now, but the particular branch in Oxford Circus, that branch is always busy. And we were in the lower ground floor that was called the Bazaar section. And that floor was dedicated to independent brands. And you had like a square footage that Topshop would give you. And for each square footage, you had to make a certain sales target. So for ours, we had a sales target of £1,000 a week. Now, for any brand, that's a lot of money to make. But we managed to continue making sales. We were in there for a number of years, and we did pretty well. Now, I remember I must have been managing the section of the shop floor that was ours, our particular rail. And there were these two ladies that were looking through my stuff. They had no idea who I was. And I remember them saying that, oh, this stuff is crap. And I kind of froze because they didn't know who I was and I couldn't let on that I was a designer. And I guess maybe they weren't even bothered. But it hurt me hearing that they didn't like my designs, because I think by that time I'd already kind of got so many concessions. I kind of felt an inflated sense of ego at that point. So I guess hearing that comment kicked me back into reality a bit. And I went away and I kind of just thought about what they said. And I guess they weren't being mean to me. It wasn't something that I had to take personally, but it was more about, how am I going to take what they said and spin it around into a positive? I could go home and cry about it and close down my business. But I decided that night, after I did a bit of crying, I decided that night that I'm not going to be all things to all people. And then I also decided that there were some ways that I could improve my range to make it more commercially viable, because we were in the high street sector. So it is all about turnover. And then I had to look back on the achievement of getting into Topshop as well, because the first time I approached Topshop, they said no to me. And it took 2 or 3 goes before they finally said yes. So I had to kind of rely on that past negative experience and use the resilience to bounce back from that, to say to myself, Emil, don't take to heart what these women have said. Use what they said to a positive and improve the direction that the brand is going to go in. And that's ultimately what I did. So all you designers who've ever heard a negative comment said about you, don't take it to heart. Just try and put a positive spin on it. And some of it you'll have to ignore because it is hate. It's fine. What you want to do is be resilient and keep the creativity flowing, because that's going to give you longevity within the business. And you can always turn around a negative comment into a positive one. Good luck.